Good morning. Happy July 2nd. It's July 2nd. It's Tuesday. And oh my God, it is already the seventh month. You guys, this month, this year is going by so fast. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but for me, it is just speeding by. It has been an unbelievable year. So, you know, um, I've been doing a lot of reflecting on the year, so check out the newsletter that we have coming out because we're diving in a little bit into that. But aside from that, happy that you guys are here, man. Today's topic is our remote sales platform. We're going to dive into exactly why we're here. We're going to answer your questions. So if you have any of those, make sure you're utilizing the Q&A. If you're not able to come in today and you're watching this on a recording, then at the end of this, you will have some contact information so you can reach out and you can connect with us and we can make sure we're covering everything for you. So if you guys have been following for a while, you may have noticed that my screen is a little bit better. Usually, sometimes we have a little bit of difficulty, but I want to dive right into it because everything is going smoothly today, kicking off July really well. So let's get it started because I want to keep it simple here, guys. I'm Dominique, CEO and founder of DFX Group, director of women-owned enterprises at GRA Capital, which is our partner as well. And I started this platform to help businesses, to help female founders, diverse founders, and we just have a true passion for helping businesses expand, but also get over those challenges of things like too many MCA loans or, over leveraging your personal credit or high interest loans, right? 38%, 48%. I've seen 63%, right? So we're here to be a resource for businesses, create impact. We've got a big mission here. And, we'll dive into that a little bit. But so I want to go into what it takes to work with us to be here. And to get started, there's really, it's very simple, two ways, two doors that you can go through just to work with us, right? Because 90% of our business comes through referral partnerships. 90% of our business comes from direct banking partners, CPAs, attorneys, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, loan officers, commercial real estate brokers, all of these people who are leveraging our platform. And that can be where they're referring businesses, but essentially what they're doing is they're allowing our team to really help get the funding for their business owners. And we also have a remote sales platform door and opportunity, right? And this is literally just a direct extension of the team. Okay. So you're a sales representative, right? You represent Domino FX Group. You're going to get the CRM access, do your back portal, and there's hundreds of benefits, lots of benefits that go into that, guys. And but to give you a little taste, it's just part of being on the sales team, making sure that you're attending the meetings, you're attending the trainings, and so you're learning, right, as you progress your career potentially even in this direction. So this is where my mind goes, and I'm just hold on. I just want to make sure we are live. Okay, cool. So, all right, now back to this. This is where my mind goes, right, when I'm thinking this, because what am I talking about here? Well, I'm talking about all of the ways that you can work with us, right? I want you to be aware of that, right? Because maybe you're somebody that can't leverage a team, but you still want to be able to refer these deals over. You want to be able to still leverage us internally. So we are actually going to go through all of the bumps and all the bruises so that this product that you get, our platform, is way, way, way ahead of any other remote sales opportunity when we're talking about things like, commercial financing and higher ticket items, higher ticket sales. So this right here is your external team, guys, part of your team. And, we've been in this, we started with just a few reps and then we took a pause, right? We took a pause to go back, rebuild, help get our CRM system up and running. And very excited to say that everything is great, right? We're working with Profit Lifter as a CRM system. You may have heard of Salesforce. They're similar to Salesforce, but they're excellent, right? So, we did some restructuring with the developers to make sure that the platform was working and beneficial to you guys, right? So you'll be talking a lot to me. You'll be talking a lot with our director of partnerships. You'll be meeting with Michael Hom. He'll be coming in on some of your conference calls, especially if you have larger deals over 500,000. And then Jean Vaughn, she's really great, our senior loan underwriter on our unsecured funding side, and these are just a few of the team that you have, right? You also have, you could be working closely with a finance manager when you were doing things like building business credit, right? And that's teaching you how to bring your business across from beginning to end, right? So you have all of these resources here because a huge, huge part of what we do here and a huge part of our initiative is developing you, right? Developing you as a full sales rep, in the same way as if you were in house, right? As if we were in an office. And we will have an office location one day. Hopefully the goal is to have an office location in each state. So that's the goal. So we pride ourselves on the fact that we do business differently from everyone else. When you're joining us, we're teaching you how to build out this referral network that's going to essentially self-service, right? You're essentially going to have a pipeline that's going to pay you commissions month after month. And guys, this platform, this is newer, but our team, right? Our team, us, we like all combined over 40 years in this industry, okay? Hours and hours and hours spent working deals, and ultimately, it's all about you. It's all about the client too. We got to help the clients get funded, and in doing so, we help our partners become successful, and then the company grows as well, commissions grow as well, everything grows as well, right? Economic mobility, which is a part of our mission. So the one thing that when you come into this that you'll probably hear me say over and over as we start to move through this is get used to, crawling, then walking, then running. It's like anything, right? Anything new that you start to do, you have to put in work, right? You didn't just hop on a bike and know what you were doing. You fell off a few times and then you got picked yourself back up and then you started rolling off again, right? And so it's just like that. It's like that in life. It's like that in business. It's like that in relationships. So you go through it, right? So make sure that you're prepared. You're going through this experience because we really believe that this, as we've come back, we've really ironed everything out, you guys. And so I'm really, really excited to tell you about all of these things that we have going on for you because you can leverage our experience. You can leverage, our knowledge. You can, and make sure that, you're including, you're staying involved with everything because we stay up to date on all of the regulations. We stay up to date with, all of the requirements. We stay up to date with current vendors. We stay up to date with who's reporting. We have stayed up to date with the SBA. We stay up to date with the banks. I mean, regulations. We know what's going on in the industry and we know, solutions. We have really interesting solutions that we can do for a lot of our business owners who maybe have already gone to the bank and declined by the bank. So let's move on here, guys. Get my slide going. All right. So what I'm going to continue to say, and this is what I talked about a bit earlier, right? Our vision, our mission, right? And part of the mission is the vision, right? We help business owners, you guys. That is what we do. And we help them do what they do, right? So we're going to help them gain access to commercial financing options so that they're able to say yes. They're able to say yes to opportunities. They're able to say yes to projects. They're able to say yes to discounts on, supplies, inventory that they can then flip, right? So they're able to say yes to an investment opportunity, a property, maybe purchasing a business. That's what makes us unique here. So we provide that service. We're going to connect you with the banks, with the lenders that are going to give you that capital so that if you do say no to us, you're not actually saying no to us, right? You're saying no to the offer. They're saying no to the lender, the credit issuer, the banker. But we're here, in case, you have a question, but anytime there's a scenario, a challenge, an opportunity, because it's not about, if they need the financing. It's really about when, right? It's about when are they going to get the financing, if they need the financing and when they need the financing. So when you're thinking about financing, think of Domino FX Group. And what is really going to come down to people is, we're going to teach you, right? When people think of commercial finance, Domino FX Group is really what it's about, right? It's about our mission, it's about our values, but showing you these things so that you are also the same type of person, right? This is why we talk about this. And I'm sure that we'll go into this on the calls and we talk about it in the training. Some of those of you that are already here and you're just here for a refresher, but we talk about this stuff. But there's a very, very short list of things that, make somebody really good at this position, right? And I'll give you three, right? It's, well, four. Or organized and hard work, right? Be organized and hardworking. Three. Organized, hard work, and then be positive, right? If you can do all of those things, then you can do this, okay? It's not rocket science. I would say essentially it's more about being persistent, believing in what we do, believing in the impact that we'll have. And then it's also about, outlasting some of the failures and figuring out how you're going to succeed, right? Because anything new that we do, that it has some failure involved, right? But that's how we learn. So if you're aligned with this mission, if you're aligned with our values of creating impact, right? We want to drive 1 billion into the economy. We want to help create a culture here for you, for our partners, and we want to help small businesses get financed. If they're aligned with this and you're a team player, you're coachable, you're accountable, authentic, and you're about growth and you're interested in investment opportunities and businesses, and this is absolutely then this would absolutely be the right place for you. So when you think of financing, right, you want to think of Domino FX Group. And then we are not just about the people, right? So it's Domino FX Group, it's the people, but it's also the technology. I mentioned the CRM system that we have and Profit Lifter that we're working with, right? Guys, it's not cheap to access this kind of software, okay? So day one, when you're joining, you're going to be able to access this. So you're going to get access to social media content as it's uploaded, right? Remember, the platform is new, so we are uploading, but we do have the media content, ability to reach out, whether that's email marketing, whether that's text, but you can streamline everything as well, right? You get your own trackable link, and literally you can take what used to take weeks and months at the bank to get from application to approval, seconds to minutes, right? Seconds and minutes. But now for more complex cases, right, that have been denied by the bank, that have, that have that need a deeper dive, right? And where we have to put a package together, or if they've experienced a hardship or that we need to explain what was going on, that takes a little bit longer, right? It will take about 30, 45 days because you've got to assemble the package. You got to get the documents together, put the package together in a way that makes sense for the investor and the lender to take on the risk, have to explain that hardship, and then what the funding is going to allow this company to do once that approval comes through, right? And then you get the go ahead from the lender, the investor, issue a term sheet, continue to collect the documents, and then proceed with DD. So those are for more complex cases, right? But we go over some of those, and it is very exciting to see those come through from start to finish. And the really rewarding part is when those companies come back, right? So, for example, we had a company that was denied by the bank, profitable, denied by the bank because of the industry. It was it was a cigarette vaping company. And so they came to our partner, GRA Capital, which I'm director of Women-Owned Enterprises for. And were able to get the funding that they needed. And then also were able to come back, get funding to invest in another franchise, right, which was successful. And then just recently came back to invest in a new venture, which is in the restaurant business. So, which is the second restaurant location that they're opening. So very exciting stuff, guys. It's really cool to see companies grow and to see what they do, right? And to learn from that as well and implement that in your business. So for now, back to the ones that can take quickly, 21 day, 2 days, a few days. I've seen, there's a DocuSign application, literally takes 60 seconds to complete. It's a simple process. So each situation, each case is different, and we assess everyone the same way. We treat every single client the same way, no matter what size of the loan, to, how small, how high, it doesn't matter to us. We want to make sure that they're getting the right information, right? So I touched on the CRM access, right? Profit lifter and how important that's going to be. In there, there's going to be a lot of information, but as far as other things, we have trainings, we have weekly calls. You'll have the portal. In the back portal, you have access to your reporting. So things like your dashboards. In your dashboard, you track your deals. Okay, you're going to be able to track your partners, your commissions, your follow-ups. You can see if this is approved or if it's pending. And then you can access your marketing, your training, and then all of the videos are uploaded there as well. So also, we just recently created a private group and a ton more of other things for us to go live in because everybody's on different platforms. So we need to make sure that everybody's able to access the trainings. So we've got your back portal, we've got the Facebook private group that you can access as well so that you can get this stuff, right? So that you can immerse yourself in it. As soon as you get hired on, you come in, you get access to that. You'll go through, we've got modules, training modules up there about commercial and alternative financing. Guys, it's hard. It's hard for business owners to get financing. So we're going to go over that. We're going to talk about that. We go over the differences between traditional financing, alternative financing, and then you're going to learn a lot about the partnerships. And we do these daily huddles, right? We're going to do these daily huddles, 8:30 a.m. every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in the portal. So now that's going to be myself. And sometimes you'll have Michael there with us. Sometimes you will have Jean there on us with us. We might have some of our other partners on there with us to explain and delve into and go over some of your questions as well. But we're going live, guys. And on top of that, we do several monthly mastermind trainings that are coming up. We've got a really exciting one about how to invest in buying businesses from a really exciting mentor. So with a lot of experience. So if you're looking to join a platform where they're going to teach you how to generate referral partnerships, then you got to look at what are they bringing to the table, right? And that's where these monthly webinars are going to come in for you because it's just another tool. It's just another tool for you to use and make sure that you are successful, right? Successful when you come onto the platform. So now it's important that you understand that it comes down, right? We talked about successful, what it takes, but it comes down to two things: how organized you are, and then are you able to keep a pipeline, okay? The right person for this, they understand that, that they have business coming in, okay? That's the one thing that I can guarantee because when you sign on, we're literally teaching you how to generate a referral network that's then going to start to refer your business. But all of that takes place directly in in the private groups, right? You come into the groups where we do the trainings, the webinars, and then all of it also takes place where you can actually see your dashboard and what's going on in your CRM system. So if it didn't happen, right? If it's not measurable, if you can't see it, then it didn't happen, right? So use your CRM and make sure you can see every single client that's being submitted. So, they say that you help those who help themselves, right? And that's what this is. So if you're able to be your own boss and if you can maintain a little bit of control, right, then we will give you the ability to join the team. So that's what this is about, guys. And everybody's going to get, you're going to get custom material. So you can put your logo on there as well. And you can put all of your contact info directly on there. You can put your marketing materials on there. You can send it to your partners. You can do both. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's all about, how creative can you get? So what can you do? What can you bring to the table, right? To carve out your piece of business, your niche, right? This is an entire industry, guys, okay? Alternative financing surpassed traditional bank financing in 2023. There's literally tens of thousands of people that rely on this type of financing every day, right? They need it to take care of their families, to pay their bills, go on vacations and if I've been there, right? I've had down months. And if I was ever having a down month, what I always think about is, hey, I'm just a couple deals away from cash and stride again, right? There's thousands of people that literally rely on this. So even if you have a slow start or if you have a bad month, it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you can actually act your way through it, right? And as a sales, person, we go into that. We're going to teach you this. We're going to teach you the process, the products, the referral partnerships, marketing yourself. It's all outlined in what we covered in the training, because we literally, like I said, we built this process out for you, so that you have something to rely on. You have something to reference. You have that external team. You need that confidence when you're out there talking to people, when you're on the phone, when they're asking you questions, and you should be confident, right? So what will make you confident is actually going through the training, coming in, and then watching the recordings if you're not able to be here, right? So, there might be people here that are going to be completely new coming into this industry. There are people that are coming in that are CPAs. There are people coming in that are already in the loan industry, right? It's whatever level that you're at, right? This is your on the job training, right, when you come in. Okay, so make sure that you're actually doing it, you're following the steps, and you're getting access to it, and you're learning about it, right? Because it's important, and your success is ultimately important, right? It's important to you. So let's take a deeper dive, and let's go into TDE, which is the domino effect. And we talked about the technology, right? You're going to be talking to business owners, okay? You're talking to business owners, you're informing them about commercial financing. These are, products that we help businesses with, so they can expand or take advantage of an opportunity, right? Or maybe a challenge, right? But you're also working with getting people on your team, right? Building a team, because the idea is that one becomes many. Okay, so there's plenty of opportunity for you to move forward, and you can work with multiple business owners. So this here is just education that you can utilize, and we put a lot of information up there, a lot of resource information, and you can get access, right? You get access to a lot of the team members. So this is our new group that we created for our 0% interest funding community, our business credit community. And you guys are, like I said, all of the training is in here. You can leverage it. You can leverage TDE in terms of generating your team, your partnerships, right? But all of the different processes around building and everything that you need to do, you're going to get. So you could be able to recreate this success ultimately, across the board. And, we get a lot of questions about, well, what about the investment, right? What is um, what's the cost, right? How does it even work? And so with the cost, this is essentially free. But meaning it's not now the free in terms of like, you don't have to purchase anything for the platform, right? But you are investing, because you are investing in yourself. And investing in yourself is important. And it's important that you know that and you hone in on it, because that's what it's going to cost for you to build your business here, right? The cost is actually, it comes with Profit Lifter, it comes with your CRM, it comes with your custom marketing material, it comes with your internal team. We don't make any money off of that stuff. We just invested in it for you, for the platform, for you guys to make it better, right? But you know why this works? Okay. It works because, to be fully transparent, we all make money, right? Let's make clear. That's what's great about this. It's all based on what you generate. So, I'm telling you, I've seen great months, and I've seen people do more than this. Okay. And, it's about 100,000 in revenue. If you're able to do that, right, your ROI is 30,000, you're getting paid a 30% revenue share. If you can generate that on a monthly basis, right? But guys, it's not all about the money. Okay. So it's not all about the money. You're going to have to establish your personal brand, your professional brand. That's going to allow you to build on. We're in 2024. Everything is digital. People are looking online. You have to promote yourself, right? Promote yourself, inform, and let people know what you're doing. We're continuously doing extensive trainings that we're going to help you get better and better. We're bringing in, masters in this space, right? That will help you leverage all of the different products that we have available. And, I do see and hear a lot of questions about the commission, right? The commission is 30%, right? And because reps across the board make that, and reps across the board, the most successful here ones, know that's a lot of money. Dude, they make a lot of money doing this, okay? Essentially, like I said, you get access to the whole team, so the commission, the right person understands that this is uncapped, okay? Uncapped. Right? That just gave you a $30,000 example. That's just 1 month, okay? If you multiply that by 12, you make that a goal, you have some consistency, you're making $360,000. And I think that we can all agree that that's a nice income stream, right? So I want you to view this additional income stream as if you're able to add 360,000, right? I think that would be pretty good, right? So the second part of these benefits is you get access to the whole team, right? You get access to the whole team. So you have dedicated loan processors. They process your loan documentation. You're partnered with the technology. You're getting access to our underwriting team in the debt and venture capital space. So when it comes to DocuSign and Profit Lifter, we work with the pipeline with our lenders that we have. You're leveraging the lending relationships themselves, right? These over 40 years of experience that we have, not to mention the bonuses and incentives that you get. So, if you're someone that's like, oh, I'm just caught up on this 30% number, then I would tell you that this isn't the platform for you, because the real person who is the right fit for this, they understand that 30% is uncapped. Okay, so if I'm able to do 150,000, that's 45,000 in my pocket, right? So again, there's bonuses, there's incentives, and there's other ways that you can actually even increase that, right? So let's go a little bit deeper into this, guys, because it's super important to know what you're even talking about, right? What are you even selling? So access to commercial financing, and there's two categories to that: secured and unsecured, okay? So debt, right, is tied to an asset, which is, equipment, potentially receivables, maybe a mixture of receivables, maybe a mixture, like I said, of those things. So that is a secured lender. That protects the lender. It protects the bank even more, right? Because they can come after you and they can take that asset if you were to default, right? So it's essentially an extra layer of protection for them. And then you have the unsecured side, guys. On that side, you have term loans, you've got working capital, you have unsecured business lines of credit, and it's not tied to anything other than your revenue, right? It's basically based on your affordability in the business. Are you able to afford what you're looking to borrow? And then if they determine that you are, then basically you qualify. So, and that's just the name of the game. That's just what it is. So, and you don't have to work with me to be the case. You can go ask any other term loan lender, or somebody else offering a line of credit or doing commercial real estate. Everything I just told you will hold true. Okay. So we're a platform. Oop, there was my yogurt. We're a platform. We have access to it all. What we're going to do is we're going to do three things. Okay. We're going to take a look at the borrower. We're going to look at what are their needs, and then we're going to pair them with the best form of financing that's available to them. Okay. We take a look at someone, and we assess, okay, well, they could potentially be 2, or they could potentially be 3 of these, and then they could potentially graduate. We can build up and graduate from one to the other, or it could be a combination of this, it could be a combination of that. And that's financing. That's an if. It's not, I'm sorry, it's not an if, it's a when, right? It's not a matter of if you're ever going to need it. It's a matter of when you're going to need it. So when you think of financing, these are all of the products, and we have more, right? We also help with clients building their business credit as well. So that's the idea. You want to be known as a consultant so that your borrowers, they know who to go to when they need financing, regardless of what they're using it for, if it's for that opportunity or inventory or whatever. And every business owner, the only way they're going to know that to come to you is if they see you, right? They see you out there. They know that that's what you do. So, that's 100%, and we're not in this one. We don't go super deep into traditional lenders, but guys, they're not lending to like 90% of businesses. Okay. That's very few of businesses that can actually get funding through the bank. And, that's the pool. That's it. That's the pool we swim in. That's what, with all of these businesses, okay? And so if what's our core borrower, I guess you would ask, right? Well, they're your local auto shop, okay? Your pizza shop, your restaurants, your retail, your wholesale, manufacturers, right? Anybody in general contracting, specialized construction, um, type deals like electrician, roofer, plumber, painter. Yeah, all of these type of borrowers, like a doctor, a dentist, a lawyer, CPA, that's CPAs. Yeah, they all borrow money. Okay, they all borrow insurance brokerage firms. They all borrow money from you, from us. Okay, so our lenders, we assist them in getting the capital that they need, and then we help them with the process and streamline the process. And by the way, some of the things that aren't even pictured here, guys, like building business credit and subordinated debt, mezzanine, that some of the stuff's not even pictured here. Okay. So, and I don't want to downplay these, right? You're getting access to over 80 commercial lenders, okay, across the products. We don't submit to all of them. We only, like I said, submit to the ones that qualify. We have dedicated points of contact. We have a back office. We help you process the loans, okay? I mentioned Michael. I mentioned Ramona, Jean. We even have Greg. They always work with you, okay? They're going to make sure that you get it from application to approval, ultimately from approval to funding, right? Because it's funding the biz that when we actually get paid. So that's the ultimate goal, to get them funded. You have the comprehensive training program. But before that, we talk about the onboarding process, okay? Excuse me. So the onboarding process, it's, if you want to move forward, there's some documents that you got to return. Okay. We need a W-9. Okay. If you want to get your commission, and you have to submit your W-9 or your commission can't go out. So please make sure that that's one of the first things you do. And you get your credentials, you get your affiliate links, you get your trackable landing page. You're going to get a trackable form application page. Okay. It's a fairly quick process, guys, fairly quick onboarding process, because we want to keep it simple. So I mentioned this earlier. You're your own boss. We don't want to micromanage you, okay? We want you to be proactive. We want you to execute. We want you to reach out, ask questions, and use us as your support team. So you are your boss, okay? So I'll just get into some of the requirements behind the job in a second, but I wanted to touch on that because you want to make sure you're holding yourself accountable. You need to take ownership, responsibility for your actions. Make sure there's literally no reason why you can't be your own boss, okay? We are all grown adults here. We have real things going on, right? We have real lives, we have families, we have kids, we have, other things, some of other jobs, we have, other things going on. Some of us might even be going through experiencing some difficult times, but when you be on, right? Are you able to be that best version of yourself when you're talking to people, right? So it's really going to be up to you, and what your success is going to become, right? What you put in is what you get out. So I know that we touched on some unlimited earning potential as far as revenue share, but there's also monthly bonuses and incentives, guys. So we have a competition right now. It's for $1,500 for the highest funding amount. So we have upcoming incentives like packages that if you, the most person to send in a full package, including the bank statements, the financial documents, the person who does that the most is going to win a bonus and incentives, right? If you're utilizing the Domino FX Group to the best of your ability on social media and sharing that, then there's also bonuses for that. There's override programs when you're building a team. You have the ability, we adjust it very customized for you, but you have the ability to grow your own team and then refer other people as well. So there's two different avenues, okay? There's different breakdowns as you build your team and commission breakdowns, and we'll get into that as you start to do that. And then, you guys, there's investment opportunities. I'm very excited about this one because one of the reasons why we're so ingrained in this, because, we participate in some big transactions. So what does that mean? Well, we have lenders and investors that are able to put in, equity on some projects, and especially if there's film as well. So if you are working in the film industry and you're looking for film financing, then this is absolutely the place for you. There's also residual income, so you can start funding deals, right? And then that person or that business will pay their loan, right? So then there's renewal opportunities. And then you get another loan, which ends up being residual income for you. And remember the example I gave earlier about the gentleman with the vaping company, right? Cigarette vape company, who then started the franchise and then also started the restaurant. Okay, residuals, guys. We had a partner who just recently had an $8,000 check just for renewals. Okay, all is not new business; it was just renewals. So be aware of that. Okay, and let's move on to the next slide here. What does it take? Okay, what does it take? That's what this should actually be called, because all it takes is you. That's it. You have to be somebody who's kind of like, eye on the prize, right? You're utilizing an entire system that's been built out for you, but then you're putting your own spin on top of it, right? This system, this CRM, this whole process that takes the deals through stages 1 through 10, all of those different statuses of, starting from, that initial phone call to applying, and how you can really leverage this platform going forward. But the best, right? The best people at this, the best that excel, are the people that attend, they immerse, right? You can be average, you can be right down the middle. Okay, that would be part-time. You could do part-time, you could do it every once in a while, hey, whatever. And that's the result, right? And then there's people that are doing it more, right? And they're taking advantage of the resources that are there. They're asking questions and they're seeing different results, right? Now, I'm not saying that you have to dedicate like 20 hours a day to this. No, I'm not telling you that at all. Okay. I will tell you that be organized, right? Be organized, because if you're organized and you really know and you have time management skills, which we talk about that too, you could do this in like 2 hours, 2-3 hours a day. You could be on top of this. But the real key here is that communication, right? Being available. Can you take calls, right? If you're at your kid's practice, if you're picking up dinner, you're in the car, right? If you're just somebody that's able to multitask and function, then you could be the right fit. Okay, you're the right fit for this. If you can utilize this and you can multitask, then this is easy for you. All right. I don't think that there's a profession out there that if you weren't doing that, you couldn't do this. Okay, simultaneously. That meaning if you're in real estate, if you're in banking, bookkeeping, CPA, or even if you're just working with other businesses, like, oh, hey, I'm selling cars, right? I want to do this on the side. It doesn't matter. Okay. The flip side to this is that, you could do it full time. And we have full-time reps doing this that are super successful. Super. I mean, I'll give you an example. This is crazy. This is an example. Okay. Funded over almost 16 deals. I think it was 15 or 16. 15 or 16. 15 or 16, okay? They're not, and they weren't like large, $1 million, $500,000 deals, but he was basically like, 15, 16, there's 30 days, 30, 31 days in every other month. He was basically funding a deal a day, guys. They're mostly small transactions, right? But, and it was consistent. He was consistent. So he still made 5+ figures that month. He had a great monthly income, but I just want to give you some background. Okay. And then on top of that, right. Well, even on the flip side of that, he got a bunch of small deals, right? 15, 16 deals, but then he had a month before where we only closed one deal, and that was about 15, 18K. Okay. That was one transaction. So there is so much earning potential, you guys. And I want you to know, right, this is a volume play. It's a volume play. You have to do everything when you're first starting to get the benefit, right? You have to be learning about what we do. Do you believe in what we do? And then also how you can best be successful by coming to the training. That's really what it's going to come down to, right? Are you able to, log in daily? Are you able to keep up with your pipeline? Even if you can't come to the meeting, are you able to watch the recording and make sure that nothing falls through the cracks, right? Can you push, the lenders when they need a little bit of a push, which we show you how to do, but are you able to see when to not push, right? Because you can see they don't have the best score, right? Or maybe they don't have the best option. So then maybe they need more advising and more guidance in the beginning. So we are literally teaching you about all of these things, how you're able to leverage it, okay? Because to be honest, you guys, it's literally what you get, what you put into it. So if you put more hours a day, then you'll have more hours of success. If you give it just a few hours every other day, then that's what you're probably, it's going to take longer, and that's what you'll get. So it's compounding with consistency. Okay. So if you're somebody that in the beginning, you're like, hey, I can dedicate 45 minutes a day to this, I don't know how much quickly how much progress you're gonna see. But if you're like, for 30 days, I could dedicate this amount of time to this, I would tell you that after 30 days, you could probably kick back a little bit, right? But in the beginning, it's important to understand that you're learning something new. You're learning, and especially if you're not in this industry, right? You don't have much of a financial background, then you have to be aware there's going to be a learning curve. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Learn that some of this stuff is going to take a little bit of time, guys. And, if you ask me what's the average ramp up time, I would tell you just a few months. If you're part time, it'll take you longer. But it's not an if. Remember, it's not an if, it's a when. So I have seen, many, many people do this during training. So when you put your effort in, success is inevitable. So the last thing I want to say is that you're going to be part of this team. Learn how to leverage us, Domino FX Group, for the resource that we are, right? The best reps on the team are literally constantly leveraging all of the access, the teams they're calling. They're on top of it, right? And so for those of you that are interested in moving forward, I'm going to send you a copy of this. Because it's important, right? So in the first 60, 90 days, you're going to be able, to onboarding into this, really understand how to upload, a lead. And we're going to go over that. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Okay. All right. Apologies for that. Client call. I had to, gotta stay connected. All right. So, we really help guide you right through stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to the end, all the way to funding, right? Which is important. So starting to onboard referral partners, one thing, we figured out is that, they're so important, right? Having a team, having you guys are important. We want to make sure that we are providing you with the best resources, right? Once you have these resources, you're able to, be more successful for your opportunities, and you should be out there, being proactive. What do I mean by that? Reaching out at least minimum 25, 50 people a day, right? And I know that sounds like a lot, but it's actually really easy. And if you and then this is when you're first starting, right? And you could be reaching out, emailing, but you can also be posting on your site. And like I said, come to the trainings. Every training's recorded. Now, I'm not saying that you have to come through every training, but there is recordings, okay? And you can leave comments, leave questions, so that we can make sure that we're making trainings that are, specific to your needs. I don't want to be up here just talking. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guidance and answering the questions that you need, right? So we have the stuff that's successful for you in the back end. Put your own spin on it, okay? Put your own spin on it. Make it unique to you, and communicate through your pipelines. Create your pipelines, and then ultimately you'll be able to qualify and disqualify. But I would say participating is so, so, so important, right? And so something I want to touch on as well is that collaborative team, right? A big part of what we do is taking questions, and so that send those in if you have more after this call here. So keeping the same idea and going into more detail is like actually what you're doing. The idea is that you're going to get access to all of this. You get access to everything. I'm not going to read all of this line by line because you're going to get access to the whole training shortly. I definitely want to make sure you're understanding these things. And if you're not, we're going to be able to walk you through and assist you through it. But make sure that you have what you need, because you know that you have what you need for social media, for profiles, for your banner. We'll give you that as well. But everybody here has bought into this. We love this. We love what we do. We see the impact, man. Female-owned businesses, diverse businesses are growing at an alarming rate, yet they cannot get funded. It's insane. So We literally step in. Here are some of the success stories that we're talking about. How does it work, right? We're paid in different ways, sometimes directly from the lender via a percentage of the loan or, of their fee. Whatever it is designed from them, okay? So we assess a fee directly from the borrower. That can also happen, right? So sometimes, depending on the lender, there's an upfront cost, okay? Some for our private capital lenders, hedge funds, non-bank offices, non-depository lenders, then what they're doing, they're not going to pay the cost for the due diligence, right? So they have to do a background check, and they look for liens. So the borrower will essentially pay a fee up front, right? However, that fee is tracked, and so that they know that where the money is going, right? But there's two different avenues, right? But it's all dedicated and predicated to the lender and the product itself, and then what the borrower is able to do and what they qualify for, right? So for example, for SBA, you can't charge a fee, right? It has to come from the lender, and then they can pay you 2 to 3 points depending on how big the deal is. It's all based on the lenders, right? They can pay you 2 to 3 points, 6 points, it depends. So that's why it's a volume game. The more deals that you're funding, the more lenders you're funding deals with, the more different types of products, you're going to have this big number at the end of the month, right? That's called revenue. That's where your percentage comes from. So let's take a look here, guys. We got a healthcare company. They're 3 years in business, and they needed funding to expand and for marketing, okay? 21,000 commission on one transaction. Sounds nice, right? And then we have this $1 million funding. The referral partner did the deal. It actually expired, okay, because they were getting funded from the bank. Remember, I told you we work with the banks. So they were getting funded from the bank. They were going to, bank already said, yeah, cool, we're going to be able to disperse this funding. But you know what happened? Like 2 months later, they got a message that said, oh, you know what? We're actually not going to do it. So they were able to come in. We were able to step in and offer them a unique structure, right? And then the partner got 30K. Okay. So that was it. That was it. So, the response, she reached out to them. It was actually a follow-up. She reached out and she was like, did you get the funding that you need? I just did the same thing yesterday with a client. I reached out and I was like, did you get the funding that you need? He said, it's been months. No, I haven't. So, I mean, you guys, this is what I'm telling you. So the last piece here we have is this construction deal. This was a combo. Okay, mentioned combos before. You could piece together term loans and lines of credit, right? You could piece together equipment. This one was an equipment and working capital, okay, for the employees, for the equipment. They needed trucks, they needed a trailer, they needed a couple pieces of equipment, and then they needed the employees to actually run the equipment, right? So that was what the working capital was for. They needed it. It was a seasonal business. They were going into new season. They had to ramp up this team, and ultimately they were going to make the revenue back on those deals. So what do all of these have in common? Okay, they came from referral partners. Okay, closed by outside reps, done in a week. So that's what I want you guys to know about this, and know about our platform, because that's what's really going on. And I want to invite you guys, if you're ready to sign up, scan that barcode, get started with us now. We're more than excited to get you onboarded and get you access to that training. The whole system, you guys, is built for your success, okay? And please make sure that you're reaching out and you're connecting with us and you're asking your questions. You're using the QR code. Don't worry, I will also send the link, because I know the QR code can be tricky for some people, but leverage this. Leverage our partnership team. It's free to start. Invest in yourself. Get some training. Get in on the industry. This is one of the fastest growing industries. You're helping thousands of people, okay? So, if you're somebody with additional questions, you don't want to ask it right here, or you're not available to be here, send it in. Okay, so I'm so thankful that you guys took the time out today to watch this, to join. And if you're interested, I look forward to being that domino, that first domino in the chain that topples your entry into this platform. So thank you for letting me talk to you for the last hour. I am super excited that you are here. Make sure that you are connecting with myself, you're connecting with our Director of Partnerships. You can find me on LinkedIn, you can find me on Facebook, and you can connect with us. Send us a text, ready to join. You can say text partner 888-488-4145. You can also send your application to dominofxgroup.com/partner. And then also you can come in and give